One of my favorite ways to host when the weather starts to cool down is making sure ambiance is key. Ambiance is everything. I'm talking candlelight, I'm talking a cozy fire, added knits and layers throughout your spaces. I love bringing in my sheepskins. I love bringing in my faux furs and layering tablecloths and materiality that really just add a level of coziness and warmth to the space. The tone of first arrival is moody, dim lights, some music, whether it's jazz, Christmas music, or anything a little bit more festive playing on the sound speaker. And then we have our scents really scattered throughout. They're going to get a burst of this cedary firewood smoke from the fireplace. They're going to get a burst of a really deep patchouli oiled candle that I love burning, a cire trudon. And they're going to just feel like they just stepped into a different vibe. They stepped out of the cold and into the warmth. I love making entryways have some element of seating, some element of cozy vibes. I won't stop in my sheepskins and throws and furs to just my living spaces. They're also in the entryways. They're in every space that a guest can come in, see, taste, touch, and it's really important to not neglect those spaces. People always have really big coats and they have their muddy boots. So you want them to feel at home. They can sit down, they can take off their stuff. There's hooks that they can hang them, that they're not kind of feel in this cramped space. Even if you are tight on space, you want to make sure that your guests pull out a coat rack in those winter months, pull out the boot tray in those winter months. Make sure that guests feel really comfortable when they come to the door. Beauty and comfort are both key. They're both equally important. It's really nice to make your guests feel like they're at home. So for me, that is not only using tablecloths to protect my beautiful parquet antique table, but also adds a level of festivity, lets the guests feel really at ease when they're at home. They don't have to worry about spilling. They don't have to worry about dropping anything. I use cloth napkins. It adds a level of luxury to the table, but also in materials that are a little bit more wrinkled and have been washed and not too delicate. I love bringing in more linens and wool texture that can easily be thrown in. Make sure your linens are machine washable, and it will just save you a lot of headache with your guests. Small gesture to make a guest feel at ease is me acting in the way that they can mimic. And that to me is, I'm putting my glass down without a coaster. I am throwing my napkin. I am using the napkin to clear my face when I have this bright, bold red lipstick on. So they know that Nicole's not going to be crazy. She wants me to feel at home when I am here. And I think these little acts allow them to feel a sense of a casual vibe when they're in the space. The layout of my home in particular is specific to how I like to entertain. So I am not a big cook and I love having people over. So I have designated a bar that is kind of the hub of my home. I love for there to be different vibes and moments in different places. So if we're going to have a much more casual evening, maybe games, maybe we're just even watching something on TV, that would be in a more formal living room. If we're having cozy drinks by the fire, we want to be in the bar. If we're having a more sit-down dinner, we want to be in the dining room. The nice thing about having these spaces is that they allow flow for your guests. And when they're equally as inviting as the next room, it allows guests to kind of flow more easily into these spaces and not feel like they're just designated to be in one spot. Common hosting mistake I see is that people put out their really expensive stuff when they don't actually want people to use it. So for me, I love my wedding china, for example, but over time, I've become less and less attached to the fragility of it. And I want it to be used. What's the point of having these things if they are just going to be sitting behind a shelf, sitting behind doors that nobody gets to appreciate and enjoy? So I always tell people, don't put out the things that you don't want people to use, but embrace the fact that you are having family and friends over to use these things. That's what they're there for. If they're super special, like I would never want people to eat off my fornacetti plates, that is a piece of art. So I put them on the wall. If I don't want people to use them, then I'm going to hang them up. So use that as a moment. If you have really, really, really special things, put them up, but at least enjoy them. If you want to engage with us, our website, NicoleFisher.com, or Instagram, Nicole R. Fisher, are the best resources to find projects, behind the scenes, process, services, and all of the things we offer. The cool thing about what we're doing is that we're giving you a behind the scenes glance at our day-to-day. And if you follow along, you will be able to see more sources and understand how we really put together things like this so that you can implement them into your home. We are a full service interior design firm and work with your home, your needs, and completely customize it to you. If you want to work with us, go to NicoleFisher.com/work with us. We are always looking for very cool, excited, engaged clients that love our aesthetic and love to be inspired by the things that you don't necessarily see every day.